everyone, so this will be my reading log for the month of July. I'm very excited to show you everything I read and give you my opinions on it. So let's get started. I'll start with Blue Lock volume 18. When I do my room tour, you'll see that I absolutely love Blue Lock. So getting the next volume in the series was very exciting for me. My favorite character is Chigiri, and one of the reasons why I love Blue Lock so much is for the characters. I think this volume was very good, and I love the introductions of the new teams like Germany, England, France, all that. I'm very excited to see more of this, and hopefully volume 19 is coming in the mail soon. I don't want this video to be too long, so I won't speak too much on each volume, but that is volume 18 of Blue Lock. Next we have Demon Slayer volume 1, 2, and 3. So I actually started Demon Slayer with the anime and I loved it so much I went and bought the whole box set. I only read up to volume 3 this month because reading Heaven Official's Blessing took up, I would say, 90% of my reading. But Demon Slayer starts with Tanjiro, who's my favorite character, his family dying, and Nezuko, his younger sister, turning into a demon. Now, I love the characters again in this series. I think my favorite thing about most series are the characters in them. As I said, Tanjiro is my favorite. I just think he's so sweet. And I love Nezuko as well. I love the training arc that Tanjiro goes on. I think it's really well done. And I also love Nezuko's fighting style. I think she's so sweet and cute. I'll just show some pictures of the manga. I also love the mysteries of each volume, like the different demons that they have to fight, working out what kind of demons they are, how's the best to destroy them. And I'm excited to keep reading. Next we have the first box set of Attack on Titan. Just like Demon Slayer, I actually watched the anime first, and I watched all 4 seasons actually with my mum, which was funny, and she enjoyed it just as much as I did. So I went out and I bought some box sets for it to read. Again, love the characters in this. Eren, Mikasa, Armin are all my favorites. The main 3, I guess. Oh, this is good. We see basically the main characters, except for Armin. I love the training arc again in this series. I love a good training arc. And I love the introduction of Levi right towards the end. I think he's so badass. I think everyone knows the story of Attack on Titan. It's very popular, so I won't go too much into that. But I loved the reveal of Eren being the Attack Titan. And I really like the art style for the manga. I feel like the fight scenes are very well done, and you can really see the action even without the animation. So I really enjoyed that as well. I loved in volume 3 the plugging of the wall, I guess. I found that story actually super intense because when Eren starts attacking Mikasa, you feel like everything's going to shit and you don't know if the plan's going to succeed. But of course it does. And I love Armin for that, stabbing him. And then, like I said, right at the end, and waking up with Levi there and having to explain what he wants to do and to prove that he's not fully Titan, I guess. And I just can't wait to read the next set of volumes. Next we have volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 in the omnibus versions of A Sign of Affection. I really like this story. I think it's super sweet. I like the two main characters a lot, Yuki and Itsuomi, I think is how you pronounce it. Itsuomi. Anyway, I think they're very cute together. And I really like how Itsuomi shows so much interest in learning sign language for Yuki. I think it's so romantic and it shows how much he really cares about her, that he's willing to learn a whole new language for her. I think the volume covers are super cute and I love Yuki's pink hair. Pink is my favorite color, so I'm gonna love that. Just show some pages. That's lovely. And I think all the characters are so well drawn and so cute. Like, look at them. They're adorable. So I really like the art style. And I think when they went on the camping trip was my favorite part of at least this omnibus. I think it was really sweet. And I think it's just so romantic. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on the first two omnibuses of A Sign of Affection. I'm hoping to get the next one as soon as it's released. So I'll read that and let you guys know what I think of it. Next we have Solo Leveling, which is actually my first manhwa in my collection. I wasn't sure how much I was gonna enjoy colored pages, but I really liked it. I felt like the story was very engaging and very intense. I loved the art style, and at a few points it actually kind of scared me, especially when this guy's face turned into that smile. That was so creepy. Here it is. Turned into the smile. I was like, oh, what the hell? I actually got freaked out. Well, a little. And I can't wait to read more. I really liked at the end of the volume him having to run to not be punished, I guess. I thought that was really funny. And I can't wait to read more of this. I'll definitely let you guys know more of my thoughts as I get further into the story. But yeah, I really enjoyed my first manhwa. Next we have Rozi in the Labyrinth. Now this is probably one of the only reads this month that I found only okay. I got it for a really good price secondhand in like a bundle of other things, so I wasn't necessarily buying it for the volume, but I decided I would check it out anyway and read it. And I thought it was alright. I didn't think it was very engaging enough to buy the next volume, I guess, but I did like the characters, especially this guy with the ears. I forget his name, but I thought he was really interesting and cute. I thought the world building was good, like in the labyrinth. I thought it was quite interesting. I liked the characters and the art style, but I don't think I'll be reaching for the next volume. So let's move on to the final thing. Next we have the thing that took up 90% of my reading this month. I'm a very slow reader, so it took me quite a while to get through all these books. But I'll start with volume 1 and I'll quickly go over how I felt about them. But I do want to make a separate video on my impressions of Heaven Official's Blessing, so I will not go into a lot of detail. Volume 1 is where we get to be introduced to the main characters of the story, Shilian and Hua Chen and Sanlan. But I feel like this was a great introduction to a story. I love the art inside and I really like the characters of this book. Shilian is my favorite. I feel like most people's favorites are Hua-chan. Sorry, I'm terrible at pronunciation, as you can probably tell, but I like this story a lot, and I will give more thoughts on it when I do my dedicated video to this Danmei. But that is volume 1. I really liked volume 2 as well, with them going into, to start with, the ghost city to retrieve one of the heaven officials who sent up a dragon fire. I liked the ghost city. I felt like the world building was really nice. This artwork is so cute. Look at his face. And I won't give too much information on the book, but I really do like the characters that were introduced. Like the Windmaster is one of my favorite characters in the book. I won't even try and pronounce their name because I will just get it wrong and it will be embarrassing. So I'll call them the Windmaster. But I did like this volume quite a bit. Next we have volume 3, which has been my favorite volume so far. I really like the writing in this and the world building of Shilian, the Crown Prince, saving his people, or trying to, and his descent into madness when everything he tried to do went wrong, and you could just feel him becoming more and more frustrated and flustered, and I thought it was written really, really well. I won't give too much more information because I'm going to save it for my dedicated reading log, but that's volume 3. Next we have volume 4. I really like this volume because the Windmaster, as I said, is one of my favorite characters, and they feature heavily in this story. I felt like I was really invested in their story, and I felt like the mystery was really good. I haven't actually uncovered where he is yet, the Windmaster I mean, so I'm very nervous to find out if he is alive or dead or what's going on with that. But I really liked this volume, and I felt like, again, the writing was done really well, and I was very invested in the characters and what was happening to them. Finally, for this month, we have volume 5 of Heaven Official's Blessing. As you can see, I actually started marking some of my favorite points in the book. I have a section for the 2 main characters: funny, quotes, random, romance, and plot. I felt like this volume was quite plot heavy because I have like quite a few plot annotations written down, but I really am excited to follow the next volume of this because I feel like this is like a volume that set up a lot of things, like going to the mountain to face ghosts and stuff and stop the next Ghost King from coming. I feel like it sets up a lot of things that could happen. Again, I liked all the characters in the volume, and I love the artwork again, and I'll say more when I do my dedicated reading log. Alright, well that's everything for this month, so thank you so much if you've watched this far. So please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.